Today's mission was to find Henry a couch. First, I woke up and went to Hester Street Fair to support Emma and shout out to the girls who came up to me. It was so nice meeting you today. Then I went to Yaya to get bubble tea and a rice ball, and these are only $2.50 each, so I totally recommend them as a snack. Then we did a little plan shopping, and a brand called Melissa invited me to their Soho store to pick out a pair of shoes, so I got this pair from their Vivienne Westwood collab. I saw my friend Ella Snyder at the Converse store, we checked out the Sour Patch Kids experience, and then we met up with Henry to start our mission. After looking in Housing Works and scouring the streets for a free couch, we found one on Facebook Marketplace. Isa and I waited in the lobby of their apartment while the guys brought down the couch. We called an Uber to get the couch home, and after a few technical difficulties and not being able to fit in the car with the couch, we eventually met back up with Fritz and Henry, and we decided to have a little fun before bringing it upstairs.
Welcome to a New York Minute, where I show you my day in New York City. I woke up and picked out my outfit for the day. Since the weather was amazing today, my friends and I decided that we would have a picnic in Central Park. I hopped on the subway to go uptown. I'm definitely a little dramatic, but the subway is so suffocating in the summer. We made the most delicious cheese plate and also brought a bottle of wine. The view from the spot we picked was also beautiful. We literally sat in the park all day and talked. This is my friend Merritt, who I met in college, and Sloan, my roommate the summer I interned at Oscar Del Renta. Even though I only had 2 glasses of wine, I'm a lightweight and was tipsy on the way home. Later in the night, my boyfriend and I decided to grab some food from our local diner because I was really craving their fries. Definitely not the healthiest choice, but it was so good. That was it for my day. Like and follow for more. Welcome to the Dollar Diaries, where I show you what I spend in a day in New York City. My day started with a bus ride downtown, which was free right now because of COVID. I think it's really amazing that they have the buses for free. It's ending soon though, which is kind of unfortunate. Then I went to Aunt Jake's in the West Village. We had brunch and it came out to around $50. And yes, that is with tip included in that cost. Then my friend Diana and I walked around the West Village for like an hour or so, which was free. I decided that I wanted to walk all the way from the West Village up to Murray Hill, which is like a super, super long walk. Like I would say probably like an hour plus. And that is also free, guys. I got to explore a ton of neighborhoods, and it's a great way to explore the city for free. Then I stopped by my favorite cheesecake place in my neighborhood named Sarge's, and I got a slice of cheesecake with strawberry on top, and it came out to $10, which is kind of a steal for how big it is. Total, I spent $60 today. Like and follow for more.
You guys might know me from my New York City vlogs. After 5 months, I'm finally back, and if you're new here, let's begin with the season recap. I started making vlogs as a student at Fordham University, made a friend on the train, met Isa and Fritz. I took you to the club with me and to a ton of other events all over the city. I even got my current job at Bustle thanks to you guys blowing up the TikTok I made for my cover letter. Without you, I wouldn't be where I am today, and that's what you missed on Glee. Anyways, my first day back, I met up with my brother and his girlfriend, and then I spent the rest of the day with Fritz walking around the city and just spending some quality time together. Then I got eaten by mosquitoes. Let me know what else you want me to do in the city, and stay tuned for my OG New York City vlogs. And to the girls who recognize me, that seriously made my day, thank you so much for saying hi. Here's a day in my life in New York City. I woke up and got dressed, grabbed a chai tea with Fritz that reminded me to pick him up some cute teacups on Amazon during their week of Black Friday deals. Then I grabbed a dollar slice for breakfast, which really hit the spot. I Ubered up to see my friend Isa, and I had a special delivery for her. We ended up going to lunch and getting veggie burgers and drinks, but then Isa spilled hers all over her camera, so when she wasn't looking, I bought her a pack of disposable cameras from Amazon. Then I had a shoot to get to, and I grabbed myself another tea because it was freezing. I may or may not have ordered a pair of gloves for myself on another Black Friday deal. Then I arrived at the studio, and this is what I had to wear. It's a top secret project, but I'll fill you in on that later. After the shoot, we grabbed dinner and then walked to the train, and my dad picked me up. We got ourselves a frozen Baja Blast, which gave me the idea to order him a blender so we could make our own at home. Then I was greeted by the 2 dogs I'm watching this week, definitely picking them up a gift. I'm thinking a frog hat for a dog. What do you guys think?
Another weekend in New York City. Today was Saturday, so I woke up, made coffee, of course, got ready, and ran over to my friend's apartment, and then we ran together along the East River for a workout. I used to live over here, so super nostalgic. And then we grabbed some coffee after our run. I love Blue Bottle. I walked back up the west side to my apartment where I had double breakfast because it was already noon. Then I showered and got ready to meet back up with my friends. Lindsay and I grabbed some city bikes and then biked up the west side all the way to Central Park. Once we got there, we headed to Sheep Meadow, which is a big grass field where people like to picnic and hang out. Super busy today. Obviously had all the snacks and then walked around the Upper West Side for a bit before ordering our Uber. We headed down Park Avenue to our dinner reservation. We ended up at this vegan Korean spot and all the food was so delicious. And then after dinner, we walked down to the Lower East Side. So much walking, my feet hurt. And then we ended our night with ice cream donut.
Today I explored one of the coolest spots in New York called the TWA Hotel. When we arrived, I went straight to check out our room and then I got ready to take some photos. Every single part of this hotel was picturesque, so of course we had to have a photo shoot. There were so many fun spots to play around with, like this twister room, a photo booth, so we had to take some photos. My favorite part was being able to walk right up to the plane on the runway. I felt like I had my own private jet and my own private runway. And in that case, who wants to come with me and where are we going? First person to guess what I'm saying here gets $5. Now, this is my favorite clip from the whole entire weekend. The whole time you could just watch people in their rooms, so we decided to mess around. And here's some of my favorite photos from this weekend. And now I hate to be that girl, but I posted to my Instagram and I'd love if you guys check them out because I'm really proud of how these came out. Come in an airplane so I know you came from TikTok.
Welcome to a New York Minute, where I show you my day in New York City. I decided to wear some biker shorts, a white tank, and this blazer to work today. I keep the blazer buttoned so it's a little bit more professional and paired it with sneakers. I wore no makeup today because, again, super hot New York, literally a heat wave. Today was one of those days where nothing went right. There was construction, my bus took a detour, so I had to walk 10 blocks in the heat. Once I got to work, my computer wouldn't connect to Wi-Fi for literally an hour. Once I was able to get it started, I had a super busy day. I was so drained by the end of it. My bus ride home was 20 minutes delayed, so I had to take the subway even though I'm not super comfortable with it. Then when I got out the subway, it was pouring. I was stuck waiting for probably 20 minutes. And decided to make a run for it and got totally soaked. This is another day in my life in New York City. So I woke up and I had breakfast, and then my mom and I decided to walk the Brooklyn Bridge as a workout. Then we decided to reward ourselves with some fries before going home and making lunch. I had to do some work, so I headed to the Upper East Side and I visited some shops that I had to write about. I then did a little shopping of my own, still didn't buy anything. And then I took some Instagram pictures, got some coffee, and then I took the subway home, did a little more work before getting ready for dinner. I went to dinner, and then I just sat in the park the rest of the night. Good night.
Here's what I spend in a day in New York City. My portion of the rent is $2,000 a month, so I spend $67 a day. I had my usual breakfast this morning while watching Gilmore Girls on Netflix, and then I noticed I was running low on my skincare items, so I had to place an order on Origins. The weather is beautiful out on this day, so I decided to step out to run a couple errands. First, I dropped by Dwayne Reed's to pick up some post-it notes for a little project I'm doing at home. And then I popped over to Whole Foods to pick up a few essentials. The total came up to $14, which was a little lower than my usual because it was a smaller haul. After picking up groceries, I walked over to the waterfront to enjoy the view and soak up some sun. When I got back home, I picked up a package and had some homemade pizza. And then I placed an order for a new work phone and AirPods because I'm due for an upgrade. After a little home workout, I made myself this spicy udon dinner. The total for this day was around $236.
Here's the most exciting day I've had in 6 months. In the morning, I ran all over the city looking for a basketball for a photo shoot. I went to Modell's, but they were shut, Bed Bath & Beyond, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and still no luck, but we did find sheets for the ghost photo shoot later. I ended up having to go to Paragon and wait in this massive line. And for the shoot, I felt like a Tumblr girl in my Converse and tutu. I met up with Isa for lunch. I highly recommend Sveta because they have these frozen cocktails, and if you're balling on a budget, you can get a free refill if you post to your Instagram. What's better, regular fries or sweet potato fries? And since it's Fashion Week, I headed over to Alice and Olivia for my fitting for their show later. I picked up this long skirt and t-shirt and got ready. I even got an Alice and Olivia mask. Peep my merch. The show started with a few performances, and who else thought this was Charlie at first? After the show, I ran into a few friends, took some photos, and then headed to Times Square for a ghost photo shoot, and here's how those turned out.
Tears falling down at the party, saddest little baby.
Welcome to a New York Minute, where I show you my day in New York City. I decided to wear this puffy shouldered top and jeans to work today. I paired it with a dainty necklace and these Gucci studs. I treated myself to some Dunkin' on my way to work. Since I stopped for coffee, I decided to take the subway to work because it would be much faster to get crosstown. Unfortunately, once I got there, the trains were stuck on the platform. Due to COVID, I've been nervous about taking the subway, but luckily it was empty. Today, I helped run a style out with the VIP team. Basically, this is when a stylist will come in and put together a look for each shot we want to capture during our shoot. I cleaned up the showroom after the style out and ate some salad from Sweet Green. I finished up emails. It was a summer Friday, so I got to leave work a little early. I ordered from my favorite sushi place for dinner, and since it was actually cooler than 90 degrees today, my boyfriend and I decided to go to the park and watch the sunset for the rest of the afternoon. We only took the masks off for this and socially distanced. I just want to thank everyone who's recently followed me and liked my videos. Thank you so much.
The best boba tea in New York City. First, I headed down to Koreatown to one of my favorite spots, Maki Maki. It's the cutest little place ever, and it is such a vibe. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't come here at least once a week, because every drink that I've tried here has been absolutely amazing, and just look at that packaging. I wanted the whole menu, but I decided on a milk tea latte and a strawberry latte with panna cotta. Then I went to go find someplace warm, dipped my straw in, and enjoyed.
Where to?
Home. I'm going home.
Woman! I don't know where the fuck you live.
Oh,